Hey, welcome back, fellas. My apologies ahead of time. There was some technical difficulties with the audio recording of both this battle and the battle immediately following this one. And so what I've done instead is I have recorded over the initial audio. I'm keeping the video, but I am commentating on my battle after the fact. And so here we are. I'm sorry about that. So what I was showing in the previous screen is that I have absolutely no men. So that sucks. And here is Prenzlauberg, and you can see the Russian position and our two victory locations which we hold. You can see all those big fat zeros. We have no more men. We have exhausted our reserves on this map. There I am scrolling through each unit, and again, zeros throughout all of them. So those empty slots that you guys see are incapable of being filled again. So that basically means that these units are the ones that are going to have to perform for the remainder of this campaign. This is the 11th SS Panzergrenadier Division Norrland and the 24th Panzergrenadier Regiment Denmark, and there's also another unit mixed in with these two. So yeah, so I still have my King Tiger, which is a good thing. I have a scout mortar car or scout car, and I've got an infantry gun and a ragtag assortment of units, some platoon leaders it looks like, Volkssturm troop, Panzerjäger troop, and you guys can read the rest. So yeah, unfortunately we've reached our limit here, but we're gonna keep fighting. And oh, there what I wanted to show was I have no idea what these medals mean, and so I'm hopeful that some of you viewers will be able to identify the exact names of these medals, and maybe perhaps also their meaning and significance. Look at this King Tiger. We've taken out 8 tanks, 1 infantry gun, or is that an artillery gun? Artillery gun, and an absolute insane amount of infantry. So highly decorated unit. You can see the experience is high, the strength is high, the leadership is exploding off the charts. The morale is also pretty good for this point in the war, and a very decent unit led by Brackmann, of which I am very proud. You guys can see Bas, Helfenbein, Roloff, Helrich, and Brackmann. Not sure if I'm pronouncing those correctly. So yeah, if anyone can identify what these medals represent, leave a comment, and I'll be very appreciative of that information. Here we are to the main screen. Nothing to do here, so we hit next. Battle continues. Here is the game screen. I always go to this view, and what I like to do is I separate my infantry, my armor, my mortars, and my platoon leaders into different little groups, and then I begin to deploy them. So right there, everyone is separated out, so I can see what I have, and then I begin unit placement. In this map, I remember that I wanted to concentrate right there on that one, that victory location, and only that one. The other one is in the open, in the middle of the street, and so I think I decided during playtime that I wasn't gonna attempt to truly defend it. But this one right here, I am placing all my units inside that building, and we are going to try to hold that one. So I'm just finding the best positions for my troops there. Panzerjäger troop placed in the south. Do some reconnaissance, maybe take out a tank here and there. Okay. Oh, and then I decided against that because I figured everyone should stick together. There's no point in separating my boys. Okay, then I start placing my platoon leaders. I place them all again together. They've been fighting this war together as men, and if they have to die, they should die together. So that's my scout car. I placed it right there at an angle to cover the entrance to the building. I think that's a pretty good spot. Yeah, I leave it there, I think. Then I switch over to my infantry gun shortly. There it is, my infantry gun. And I place it right next to my scout car. Getting some flank shots into their position. And lastly, the mighty King Tiger. Initially I wanted to place it there to cover the entire street, but the reason I went against that idea is that it's too close in proximity to that building, that green shaped building, the green colored building, sorry. And at that distance it's liable to get hit by some anti-tank infantry. You see that? It's very close, right there at Freinwald. So even though it's technically a good position, it's too... Armor and tanks in this game, and well, also in real life, need infantry support. And so instead of doing that, I place it way up here, far enough away from their position to make me feel comfortable, but also controlling that street. Look at that. That's good. So we leave it there. And yeah, that I think concludes unit placement. I give everyone a glance over, a final glance over. I'm satisfied with it, and we begin. And they come at us with some tanks. Now, one thing that really surprised me, and there it is, that's the first M4A2 Sherman I've seen in the entire game. I know there was a Lend-Lease program for the Sherman tank, and so that sort of explains its presence in this campaign, but it still kind of blew me away because I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. So there's that Sherman tank, and if you look at its stats at the bottom, you see that it has green bars all throughout. So yeah, there's a little vehicle and some infantry. So they begin their advance, and in anticipation of that, I just keep tabs on them for now, I guess. Oh, I start to pay attention to that Sherman tank because it moves so quickly upon me. But I have my King Tiger waiting in the wing. There. So at this moment I was super confident that this tank was mine. And indeed, there. Did you guys see that? We took the first shot, but it did no damage. And then it turned around, fired that shot, and then guess what? It destroyed my King Tiger. I was so pissed off during the game that the baddest tank in the history of warfare has been destroyed by a Sherman? I don't believe that. I consider that more communist propaganda. Just nothing but lies. Vicious, vicious lies. But be that as it may, King Tiger is no more. There's that infantry again. I have my scout car ready. since it is now the last remaining armor I have on this map, just looking over the map, I think here I started to cry. I started to cry because I was so devastated that my King Tiger, it just, that is my tank, that is my unit, that is my go-to unit in times of danger, and it is now no more. And here's that bastardly Sherman tank. Look at it, just so cocky in its advance. Yeah, we see you, you little coward. And again, inside the victory locations, the victory locations inside buildings are immune to any of these armor vehicles, which is why, if you play this mod, I suggest you hunker down, set up camp inside a building, and don't move a muscle, because you are going to get rocked in the open. There's my scout car going to work on these infantry units that are moving so fast. And of course, I get hit by some kind of mortar or rocket. I've come to expect that now, so I wasn't surprised there. I move up everything I have here. There's no turning back. It is the moment of truth. I've made contact with the enemy. They've infiltrated my building, and there I lose my Panzer Jagger troop. I believe they surrendered. And can I just say, I despise units that surrender. That is just the lowest form of cowardice, the lowest form of dishonor. If you're gonna die, you should die a soldier's death. You should die like a warrior on a battlefield. You know? You need that true warrior spirit. But to give up? That is outrageous. And I will have none of it. Not in my army. Not in the glorious Wehrmacht. The Wehrmacht army. There is no room for that. So their units are moving around. I go to work with my infantry gun, and we hit the edge of that building, missing a shot. Some close combat. We repel their initial advance. I think I take a beautiful shot with my infantry gun very soon. There's a second attempt. They are not giving up, and so I go to work on them. There are some grenades being exchanged. I've taken out a few of their troops. That right there is the vehicle crew for my scout car. So I put them to good use. And there's another Sherman patrolling the Prenzlau bug. And then it disappears. We go back up here. There's that bastardly Sherman again, responsible for the destruction of the all-powerful King Tiger. I think here things quieted down for a little bit. We killed a lot of their troops. I think at this point in the game, I began to realize, for example, if you look at the lower right hand corner, I have 0 ammunition in that unit. You guys can see that there? So I started to realize that everyone was running out, and here's that next wave of men. But there was no point in holding back, so I was gonna go down. like a warrior. So I just used up all my ammunition. I just showed no restraint. I just opened up on anything that looked Russian and had a heartbeat. So we just opened up, and I sent up my platoon leader from the rear to support, and that's another wave there. So just sitting tight in the back of that building, waiting for their assault, and here it comes shortly. There's that vehicle crew, and I don't know why they ran away, so I ordered them to get back to the front. And then I realized that they had absolutely no ammunition. so they were useless. But I ordered them to stay there because at least their presence can have, you know, some kind of an impact on the enemy. And hey, they still have their fists, so they can always use their hands. But yeah, everyone at this point, everyone is out of ammunition except for that unit right there. 30 rounds, 22, 18 rounds. Here comes more infantry, and I just couldn't stop these Soviet pigs. So again, just some close combat there. At this point in the game, I was just waiting for the game over screen because I knew it would happen soon, because I was getting wasted. And yeah, I was surprised to find out that I was still managing to hold on. There I bring up my King Tiger crew. They might as well join in and go down with the rest of their German soldiers. There's that infantry gun. I have 3 HE rounds left. And here at the bottom of the screen, you guys can see that I left that window up so you guys could see the units that are killed in action, and basically what remained. So I was fighting with 9 total units there. King Tiger crew coming up, and one was killed, it looks like. I have one last round in my infantry gun. Make it count. Ah, there we go, we used it. Did we kill anyone? Oh yes, we killed one guy. That's awesome. More grenades being launched. No ammunition, so I am a sitting duck. At this point in the war, this one was an interesting battle because very rarely do I absolutely run out of all ammunition. I usually have some, but not here. I had nothing. And so, like I said, I was just waiting for them to realize that. And they do. They realize it very shortly. So there I had my vehicle crew being shot at. They were sacrificing themselves. And here they switch their attention back to houses, and they begin their crawl. Ooh, that was some grenade and another one. I'm glancing over my units. I see that many are dead. There we go. And that is that. I was routed from this map, Prenzlau bug. So another devastating blow to our attempt. I had 7 men killed, 5 incapacitated, King Tiger and Scout Car destroyed, and killed 6 Russians, incapacitated 5. And that was it, guys. Again, my apologies for experiencing these technical difficulties. Here is a overall campaign debrief. You guys can see the total casualty counts. And yeah, again, I'm sorry for that. And things are fixed now, so this one and the next map are the only ones with this issue. And sorry, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.